Something that we talk about a lot here on LawCall are automobile accidents, because who has not been in an automobile accident? Rocky, could you just remind our viewers tonight of the things that you need to do if and when you are in a wreck? That
Sure.
Legal advice that they need to keep in mind.
Absolutely, because I tell people what to do in a wreck all the time. I tell them on the show, and then I get in a fender bender. Or my dad several years ago got in a fender bender, and everything was out the window.
That's
he forgot
right.
what he was supposed to do, and so here's what you need to do: is you need to first make sure that everybody's safe, okay, and then you need to call the police. You need to call your insurance company, and then you need to start your investigation, because the police report will come out, and sometimes it's right and sometimes it's not right. But you need to hire an attorney and talk to an attorney, because they can make sure that the investigation is done completely and that you get all the witnesses, get all their names, that you use your cell phone after the wreck to take pictures. The biggest thing that I see over and over again is that there will be a wreck, and my client will say, there was a nice lady who stopped and said she saw the wreck, and then she drove off and I didn't get her name. And Jim, how many times has that happened? And you get the case a few months later and you can't track that person down.
You can't find them.
Yeah, tell us what your experience is about investigating a wreck.
Well, when you're involved in a wreck, get the names of everybody that's there at the scene. The other thing is, do not admit fault. You don't know whether you're at fault or not. There's a lot of rules of the road. You don't know whether you were at fault or not. Even if you rear end somebody, you're not necessarily at fault. There could be other factors that play in. So do not admit fault, and I think your insurance carrier puts that in your policy somewhere. If you have an accident, do not admit fault. But let them conduct their investigation, cooperate with them, and get the names of witnesses. And then in your investigation, you can Google Earth and get a view of the accident scene. Anything that'll jog your memory or witness memory, get a hold of. Accident pictures, that type of thing. Because if you have an accident, sometimes 3 people see one thing and 3 people see something else. It's a common phenomena. So just be careful what you do and what you say.